Hey, and just wanted to get a few things off my shoulder. First of all, iPad does suck. It's a huge iPod. Just look at it. It's that simple. Secondly, I'm getting really sick and tired of hearing all these people who says they're running Mac PCs, blah 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 blah, bang for their buck crap. Even though it's been proven 100 times by at least so many users, even some PC users who make their own custom builds, who improve that keeping a custom build and building a custom build's the easy part, but keeping it up to date and keeping it at the highest settings for each game, even like games like Crisis, can cost you dearly. It will cost you a lot of fucking money. But anyways, everybody calling the iPad. Now, I've stated before that the iPad sucks, and it does. iPad is not a notebook. It is nowhere near a notebook. Apple, in fact, already made that notebook. Let's go see what that little notebook was called. If you guys remember, the MacBook Air. Yeah, that was Apple's attempt at a notebook. And in my honest opinion, financially they think they succeeded, but otherwise I think they pretty much failed. This is your notebook, people. This is your Apple notebook. See that? MacBook Air is the notebook that Apple tried to reel out. And I ultimately, in my honest opinion, failed because it had no CD drive. They made it really thin, and of course, just like all other notebooks, it has no real power, and only one USB port. I don't even get why they did that. I at least put two USB ports on there, but it doesn't need FireWire, but no CD drive. I mean, come on. There's your notebook. Okay? The iPad is not a notebook. The MacBook Air is a notebook. A failed notebook, but a notebook. And to all those guys who says Apple hasn't innovated, congratulations, you're idiots again. Or they haven't recently innovated. Yes, they have. The Magic Mouse is pretty much an innovation, and I can easily prove that thanks to the people of Microsoft. How can they prove that it wasn't that Apple didn't innovate? They're making their own touch mouse. Yep, Microsoft is working on developing their own touch mice. Especially this one. The more complete version of this actually looks like a real mouse and is more compiled with the Magic Mouse. But the fact that Microsoft, as soon as they heard that Apple was going to come up with a touch mouse, started developing their own. So Apple hasn't recently innovated. Then why the hell is Microsoft trying to copy their so-called non-innovation? Nobody in all the arguments I've heard against the Magic Mouse, not one argument has ever gone standing. Sorry, people. Apple won this one. The Magic Mouse is a win. It is a big time win. Yes, it's not ergonomically perfect, but sorry, I meant Apple won this. Apple won this one. If I said Microsoft earlier, I'm wrong, but Apple won this one. Sorry, PC fanboys. You lose. You automatically lose because your own little happy company is making their own versions. Outright. Is the iPad a piece of crap? Yeah, it's a piece of crap. It's a phenomenal piece of crap, and I've explained why they should have at least put Flash. But then there's always HTML5, which iPhone, iPad, and all of them can use. And of course, HTML5 is also the subject that Zul likes to ignore or not want to talk about whatsoever. But like I said, Zul, he doesn't want to talk about the Flash killer. Neither does most of the PC fanboys out there, or at least the Microsoft fanboys, or the Adobe fanboys, or, well, I don't know. Maybe Zul will, hopefully, if he gets enough PMs, to talk about HTML5, because I think that will become the next more important subject out there, until YouTube will have more HTML5 support on their system. Yeah, actually, it's a cross between it's still a cross between HTML5 and Java. They still use Java heavily. Google still uses it, even though HTML5 can replace Java, and it still eats up resources. But yeah, there is a test on YouTube for HTML5. Of course, it only works with Chrome, Opera, and WebKit, and Safari. Well, all those browsers are WebKit, except maybe WebKit, because it is WebKit. But yeah, I don't know. And that's all I really wanted to get off my shoulder for today. That's just me talking. Zul, why can't you even talk about the HTML5? Can't you even say anything? A word? Something? I went in your chat and I kept bringing up HTML5. You just ignored it like it wasn't even there. I mean, come on, somebody.